One cool evening, Sammy curled up with his little sister, Leela, and whispered, "I wonder where I'll go next." As he fell asleep, he clutched the coin and the paper Eiffel Tower charm. The jungle air grew cooler, and he woke to find himself beside a wide, flowing river under a sky of shifting gray clouds. A bright red double-decker bus, taller than any jungle tree he'd seen, rumbled past with a cheerful hum. A friendly squirrel with a bushy tail, wearing a tiny blue hat, scampered up to him. "Pip, pip, cheerio! I'm Benny," he chirped. "Welcome to London." Sammy followed Benny across a magnificent bridge that had two tall towers, which looked like they could lift like giant arms into the air. "Tower Bridge," Benny announced with a flourish of his paws. They walked past grand, important-looking buildings, and suddenly, a deep bell tolled, its sound echoing through the air. "That's Big Ben," Benny said proudly, pointing to a tall clock tower. "He always tells you when it's time for tea." In London, famous landmarks include Tower Bridge, Big Ben, and Buckingham Palace. Sammy's eyes widened as he watched guards in bright red jackets and tall, furry hats marching perfectly in step near the palace gates. He tried to make one of them smile with a funny face, but the guard remained perfectly serious, staring straight ahead. Benny giggled. "They're very good at their jobs," he whispered. When Sammy's tummy rumbled, Benny led him to a small, cozy cafe where a plate of golden fried fish and thick, fluffy chips sat steaming on the table. Fish and chips are a classic British dish, often enjoyed with a sprinkle of salt and vinegar. Sammy squeezed a wedge of lemon over the crispy fish and took a bite. "Delicious," he declared. Later, they sat on a park bench for afternoon tea. Sammy sipped sweet, warm tea from a tiny cup and nibbled on crumbly scones topped with strawberry jam and thick cream. They walked through St. James's Park, watching elegant swans glide across the water and other squirrels darting playfully. Sammy even took a ride on a slow-moving Ferris wheel called the London Eye, seeing the whole sprawling city laid out below him like a map. As a gentle fog began to roll in from the river, Benny handed Sammy a tiny red bus ticket. "A souvenir," he whispered with a wink, "to remember that you can go anywhere." Sammy woke in his nest, his heart racing with excitement. Under his pillow, he felt something new. It was the small bus ticket, slightly crumpled. He carefully tucked it with the coin and the Eiffel charm. He didn't know if he had truly been to London, but he could still taste the salty chips and hear Big Ben's chime. He felt a growing confidence that dreams, or something very much like them, could take him anywhere.